A masculine man falls in love with you when you have the power to delay sex. Just think about it from the perspective of a high value man. This man that you like, you desire, you want to have and attract as your husband has a lot of options in women. The truth is, he is ambitious, he is masculine in his pursuit in life, he takes good care of his appearance, his health, he has success, a great job, he is responsible. And so, for such a man, there are literally hundreds of options in the dating market. So, this man's inbox is full of women, and his life is full of women who are throwing themselves at him, and he has no issue bedding these women and having sex with these women. Now, in such a scenario, if you're looking to attract such a man as a husband, what makes you stand out in his mind? Being one of those hundreds of women that he can so easily bed and take home? Or you stand out in his mind because you have the emotional maturity to delay sex with him till he has offered you the commitment you desire. Now, a lot of the high achieving, ambitious women I support as my clients inside Elevate, sometimes you get triggered if you're such a woman when you hear this, because what it can land as is, oh, Sami, so men can have sex, a high value man can have sex with lots of women, but if a woman is sexually liberated and she goes for sex with guys, then she becomes low value and she won't find a husband. I totally hear you. I see the hypocrisy in this. And yet here's what I'm gonna say. When I am conflicted about dating and modern dating can feel so confusing, I go back to biology. I go back to what I know to be the truth about how men and women have interacted and created healthy, safe relationships and marriages centuries ago. I think this whole idea that a woman can and should have sex with multiple men is actually sexual liberation, but it comes at a cost. It's sexual liberation because, of course, just like men can have sex with many women, why shouldn't women be able to have that? But the truth is that your biology doesn't support that behavior. You see, this behavior and this sexual empowerment that we talk about for women, it only was possible once the contraceptive pill came in. Before that, we women, we had a huge cost of sleeping with a guy. We could get pregnant, and that is a huge responsibility that, if it falls on a woman's shoulders alone, is actually not in her favor. And so when I get triggered or I feel irritated by such advice, delay sex if you want a high value man to fall in love with you, I go back to biology. I remind myself that we women are not designed to sleep with multiple men, even though we can. And of course, I offer no judgment to my clients if they want to take this strategy of sleeping with multiple men and just jumping into bed quickly when you find a man attractive. But here's what I'm going to say. This is not going to help you get a husband. This kind of dating behavior is behavior that is about short-term dating strategies, right? It's about getting the dopamine hit from dating, finding an attractive man, liking him, feeling physical attraction to him, and then just jumping into bed with him. And this can be fun for some time, but when you join a container like Elevate and work with me, my desire and my hope is that you're not just looking to get attention from men, because you already know you are worthy of that attention and you will get that attention, but you are looking to create something more meaningful. Even if it's not marriage, I highly recommend my Elevate clients to delay instant gratification in dating, to delay sex in dating. And this is really going to make you stand out as a high value woman in a high value man's mind who has multiple options. Now, we also want to think about this from the perspective of long-term dating strategies and short-term dating strategies. You see, when we have a short-term dating strategy, we're just looking for pleasurable encounters with men. And by pleasurable encounters, I mean we're looking for some nice dates, we're looking for some nice travel together, and in that time, if sex happens, that's totally okay for us. However, this is still a short-term dating strategy because you leave yourself as a woman really vulnerable when you sleep with a man quickly and then you hope and wait that he's going to offer you a commitment. So in some sense, I talk about this in Elevate in great detail. And if you want to work with me inside Elevate, I will help you attract your empowered masculine man in 6 months' time. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but you can book a diagnostic call in the link in the description below this video if you want to see if it's a good fit for you. So I talk about this in Elevate a lot, where I say, as a woman, you have the sex card. It is just true. You have the sex card. And why do I say you have the sex card? It's because men are coming for that. Let's just face it. Let's not get angry with them. Let's just say it's a very nice thing that men find you desirable. And in early dating, they're visual, they find you physically attractive, and they're going to come for sex. So you have the sex card, which means as long as you are dealing sex, you are not giving your power away. Whereas he, the man, has the commitment card. Now, this means that he will only offer commitment when he is really feeling it and is really ready to bond, and he really feels like he's ready to give up his freedom for the joy and value you bring into his life. And it's so interesting because I think the power plays exist on both sides, and it may not be very pleasant to hear, but this does happen in dating where women hold back sex and men hold back commitment. But we cannot hold this against the genders. I think this is the right way to date, because as long as you as a woman are holding back with the sex and you are not at the mercy of a guy to give you commitment, he also understands that if he doesn't give you the commitment, you're not going to sleep with him. And that is a sign of true high value in a man's mind, especially when we are dating for long-term goals. So inside Elevate, I encourage all my clients to date for the long-term strategy. That's why so many of my clients don't just have a relationship. You will see that the Wunder world is known for its results in marriages and engagements, because that is what I ultimately stand for. I still believe in today's world, marriage is the ultimate recognition that a man can give publicly to a woman and commit to her fully in the public eye. And of course, if you don't want marriage, we do not judge your desire. You know, a lot of our clients who are done with marriage, or they've been divorced, they've been there, done that, have kids, you know, sometimes you just want a happy, committed relationship. But even then, dealing sex is going to up your value in a man's mind versus, you know, having sex quickly. The truth is, I've said this in a couple of my other videos. You can go check them out on my channel once you've subscribed, where I've talked about how men literally do not bond through sex. It is such a lose-lose strategy. And when a woman is not shifting her pattern or her behavior of having sex too quickly. You know, one of my Elevate clients told me recently, Sami, I just had sex. It was just the third date, but I was so horny. And I said to her, don't judge yourself, but understand that this man is not bonding with you because of sex. So just go back right forward on your horse, brush the dust off. Your hormones are going to kick in. Oxytocin is going to kick in. Those are powerful neurochemicals. And all you have to do now is to remember that nothing has changed for him just because you had sex. He will come more aggressively for more sex, and your job is again to switch him from the short-term dating strategy into the long-term dating strategy mindset, which is, hey boy, get to know me. Hey boy, bond with me emotionally. Hey boy, there is more to me than just being a hot girl and a beautiful body. It is so critical to understand that when women lead with sex and dating or have sex quickly, we're missing the point completely. We are not able to understand that sex in a man's world has nothing to do with a relationship with a woman, has nothing to do with the future with a woman. And then you leave yourself so much more vulnerable. This is where all the heavy emotions start to come in, self-doubt starts to come in. This is where it feels really painful if he disappears or ghosts or doesn't call after sex. This is where you will find that your needy girl starts to appear. And so it is in a woman's absolute best interest to delay sex. because that is going to give a man the time to bond with her emotionally and get to know her emotionally. There's a video I have on my channel where I talk about how engaging a man's emotions and making him work hard for you is going to make him fall in love with you faster. Make sure to check it out. And on that note, I would love to invite you to my brand new masterclass, Get the Ring and Forever Commitment from a Man Who Is Your Match in 12 months or even lesser. Now, this is a very fast-paced video masterclass. It is completely free, even though I have packed in it value worth thousands, because I have summarized my decade of experience as a dating and relationship coach inside it. And what I'm doing inside it, I'm showing you how to go from single to forever commitment within the next 1 year. So all you have to do is click the link below and join this masterclass. Make 38 minutes for yourself. It's going to be totally worth it. I hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment, leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon again. Lots of love.